Are you feeling trapped in a cycle of frustration and lack of control over your life? Would you like to have the serenity to face everyday challenges with greater strength and consistently achieve your goals? If the answer is yes, then this Stoic journey will help you unlock the secret to making the things you want happen. This ancient system of thought, Stoicism, is not just another philosophy. It is a precise map for navigating the complexities of modern existence. Unlike superficial approaches that promise quick fixes, Stoicism offers you lasting tools to build a more fulfilling and meaningful life, based on solid principles tested through time. Imagine a world where adversity no longer paralyzes you, where difficulties become opportunities for growth, and where happiness is a natural result of your approach. This path, far from being an escape, is a commitment to self-knowledge and transformation. Stoicism does not ask you to ignore the pressures or disappointments. Instead, it equips you with a set of skills to manage them constructively. You will learn to differentiate between what is within your control and what is not, a crucial understanding for releasing stress and focusing on what really matters. You will learn practical strategies to cultivate resilience, self-discipline, and serenity, transforming negative experiences into valuable lessons for your inner growth. You will learn to identify and challenge the negative thoughts that limit you and replace them with more constructive and adaptive perspectives. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but about understanding and channeling them toward a higher purpose. Through Stoicism, you will discover the true source of happiness. It will free you from dependence on external factors and give you the power to find satisfaction and fulfillment within yourself. You will learn to appreciate the importance of the present, to manage your emotional resources, and to focus on your virtues and abilities. The wisdom that this journey will give you is not theoretical. It is applicable in the here and now. You will learn how to turn Stoic philosophy into a guide for making wiser decisions, facing challenges with a clear mind, and cultivating a life full of purpose and meaning. This knowledge is not just for academics or philosophers. It is an accessible and practical tool that can improve your daily life. You will discover the key to finding deep and lasting inner peace amidst the noise and uncertainty of the modern world. Imagine how you would feel to be armed with the tools to overcome any obstacle, maintain your focus on what is essential, and find satisfaction even in the midst of storms. Stoicism is not just a theory, it is a strategy for living a full life, a life with purpose and meaning. Now you have the unique opportunity to unleash that hidden potential within you and transform your life completely. In a fast-paced world full of uncertainties, the pursuit of serenity and personal control has become a necessity more than ever. Constantly bombarded by news, social media, and external expectations, we often find ourselves overwhelmed, feeling powerless against the forces that surround us. The feeling of lack of control can generate stress, anxiety, and a disconnection from our own abilities. How to find an anchor in the midst of this storm? Stoicism offers an answer, an ancient system of thought that guides us toward virtue and resilience. This ancient philosophical system, which emerged in ancient Greece, provides us with practical tools to navigate the complexities of modern life. Through its focus on virtue, self-control, and acceptance, Stoicism provides us with a framework to face challenges, maintain calm, and find satisfaction, regardless of external circumstances. Imagine a world where difficulties do not overwhelm you, where disappointments do not paralyze you, and where personal well-being is built from the inside out. Stoicism is precisely that, a method for cultivating inner strength and the ability to respond to the vicissitudes of life. One of the fundamental pillars of Stoicism is the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. Often, we worry about things that are beyond our sphere of influence, such as the behavior of others, the weather, or the economic situation. Stoicism helps us focus our energy on what we can really control: our reactions, our decisions, and our actions. Instead of allowing uncertainty to consume us, we learn to manage our emotional responses, develop patience, and find serenity in acceptance. Consider, for example, morning traffic. If you focus on the stress it causes you, you will be trapped in the problem. Stoicism invites you to focus on what you can control, how you manage your reaction to traffic, whether you can find calm, or whether you prefer to plan more efficiently. Another key element is the importance of virtue. Stoicism holds that true happiness and fulfillment are not found in material possessions or external praise, but in the cultivation of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These virtues are the foundation of a full and balanced life, regardless of the events that occur. Through the practice of virtue, we not only seek our own well-being, but also contribute to the common good, fostering a more just and harmonious society. The central idea is not to eliminate suffering, but to learn to manage it with strength and dignity. Understanding these fundamental principles, such as the importance of controlling our reactions and the pursuit of virtue, is essential to appreciate the value of Stoicism in today's life. As we delve deeper into this system of thought, we will realize how its principles can guide our actions and decisions to achieve greater personal well-being and a more meaningful life. The key is not to eliminate difficulties, but to develop the necessary tools to respond to them with strength and serenity. This Stoic journey will allow you to discover the key to a fuller life. Discover how Stoicism can transform your life. Subscribe now for more content and join the conversation. Share your experiences and questions. Your feedback is invaluable to keep learning together. Don't get left behind. To apply Stoicism in your life, it is essential to set clear and realistic goals. It is not about achieving perfection, but about constantly progressing towards greater self-knowledge and personal control. How to achieve this goal? Identify your areas of greatest difficulty or frustration. What events or situations cause you the most stress or anxiety? Once you have identified them, you can begin to apply Stoic principles gradually. Start with an introspective analysis. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. What beliefs or expectations limit you? How do you react to difficult situations? Identifying these thought patterns is the first step to start changing them. For example, if you feel overwhelmed by work responsibilities, you can apply the Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control, your actions and your approach. Instead of worrying about impossible deadlines, focus on the immediate task. Prioritize tasks, set limits, and commit to realistic and controllable actions. One of the key pillars of Stoicism is the difference between what is within our control and what is not. Often, we worry about things that we cannot modify. Traffic, the weather, or the opinions of others are examples of external factors that are beyond our influence. Stoicism invites us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, our emotional reactions, and our actions. If you find yourself in a traffic jam, instead of getting angry and wasting time with stress, you can use this time to practice mental serenity. Another fundamental aspect is virtue. Stoicism is not just about managing emotions, but about cultivating wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These virtues are the basis for a full and meaningful life. Imagine that you are facing an unfair situation at work. Instead of reacting with anger or resentment, apply justice in your actions. Act with fairness and clarity, defending your ethical principles. This will allow you to maintain your serenity and act with virtue. Finally, regular practice is crucial to integrate these principles into your life. Dedicate time to meditation, reflection, and self-examination. Pay attention to your reactions and your thoughts, identifying negative patterns and replacing them with more positive perspectives. Practice acceptance exercises, recognizing that there are situations beyond your control. With constant practice, Stoicism will become an invaluable tool for stress management and personal development. Imagine this scene. A crucial project at work is threatened by a series of unforeseen events. Your team is under pressure, deadlines are shortening, and uncertainty looms over the final delivery. Time is running out, and concern about the outcome becomes an unbearable burden. How can you maintain calm and focus in the midst of chaos? In moments like these, Stoicism can be your best ally. These types of situations, full of pressure and adversity, are the crucible where true strength is forged. It is in those moments when the ability to self-control and understanding of limits become fundamental. Anxiety, fear of failure, and frustration can paralyze us, preventing us from seeing clearly and making strategic decisions. Stoicism, on the other hand, teaches us to navigate these storms. A common problem that arises in these stressful scenarios is the tendency to focus on what we cannot control. We worry about unforeseen events, the opinions of others, or the course that external events take. We waste energy and focus on variables that we cannot modify. Stoicism, however, teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. Instead of wasting time and energy on irrelevant worries, we can focus our efforts on what we can modify: our reactions, our decisions, and our actions. What can you control in the project situation? You can control how you respond to stress, how you prioritize your tasks, how you communicate effectively with your team, and how you manage your own energy. It is in the management of these variables, within your sphere of influence, where Stoicism finds its power. Instead of lamenting lost time, focus on the actions you can take to recover it. Instead of worrying about external criticism, focus on fulfilling your duty and maintaining quality in your work. On the other hand, a common internal conflict is the resistance to accept the inevitable. Stoicism recognizes the importance of acceptance. Accept reality as it is and recognize that some things simply cannot be changed. By focusing on what you can control, you find serenity and the ability to adapt. Imagine that a crucial component of the project breaks down and a new supply is needed. Stoicism helps you accept the situation, not let the displeasure consume you, and focus on how to get the most effective and efficient solution. The path to success is not always linear, but the ability to stay the course with serenity in the midst of adversity is vital. Stoicism, in essence, is a system of practical philosophy that equips us to face life's difficulties with serenity and virtue. It is not about ignoring problems, but about developing the ability to manage them constructively. Let's start by defining two key concepts: control and virtue. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. This is not about avoiding difficulties, but about recognizing their limits. What is within our control includes our beliefs, our judgments, our actions, and our reactions. We can control how we interpret an event, how we respond to it, and what actions we take afterwards. For example, if a client is hostile, you can control how you respond. Instead of reacting with anger, you can choose to remain calm, listen carefully, and seek a solution. It is in this area of control that our power resides. In contrast, there are factors that are beyond our control: the actions of other people, unpredictable events, or the circumstances of life. Accepting this difference is fundamental to serenity. If, for example, a project is delayed due to an external supplier, you can focus on the actions you can control: your communication with the team, the adjustment of your deadlines, and the search for alternative solutions. Virtue is another central concept. The Stoics identify four cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Wisdom guides us towards logical reasoning and a deep understanding of ourselves and the world. Justice, in turn, focuses on acting with fairness and consistency. Courage implies the bravery to face difficulties and the perseverance to achieve goals. Temperance is the control of emotions and impulses. Let's imagine a practical example. In a work meeting, someone criticizes you unfairly. The virtue of justice compels you to respond with calm and professionalism without being carried away by anger. Wisdom helps you understand the context of the situation and find the most appropriate way to respond. Courage allows you to defend your position firmly without resorting to aggression. Temperance prevents you from reacting impulsively and without thinking. To apply these principles, consistent practice is essential. Self-observation is crucial. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. What beliefs limit you? How do you react to stress? As you become aware of these patterns, you can begin to modify them, training your mind to respond more constructively. Finally, Stoicism reminds us of the importance of the present. Instead of obsessing about the future or lamenting the past, we focus on what we can control in the current moment. This fosters serenity and productivity. Practicing Stoicism is not a magic solution. It's a process of continuous personal growth. One of the practical applications of Stoicism is time and priority management. Often, we find ourselves overwhelmed by an endless list of tasks and responsibilities. Stoicism teaches us to concentrate on what is truly important and to eliminate distractions. If, for example, you have a large amount of work pending, you can use a tool like a journal or a to-do list to prioritize. Prioritize your tasks based on their importance and urgency. Urgent but not important tasks should be delegated or simplified. Important but not urgent tasks should be scheduled and planned to ensure their completion. By focusing on essential actions, you free up mental space and energy to address crucial matters. Avoiding work overload will allow you to maintain focus and serenity. Another common challenge is reacting to criticism or negative opinions. Stoicism encourages us not to take criticism personally, but to analyze it objectively. If, for example, a coworker criticizes your performance, instead of feeling offended, you can use this feedback as an opportunity to improve. Evaluate the validity of the criticism and look for possible areas for improvement. To manage negative emotions, Stoicism recommends the practice of self-examination. Ask yourself, what am I thinking and feeling? What emotions are influencing my reaction? Recognizing these emotional patterns is fundamental to changing them. If you feel overwhelmed by frustration, practice deep breathing and meditation to calm yourself. Contemplate the situation from an objective perspective. Learn to differentiate between thoughts and facts. A frequent obstacle is dependence on external expectations. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of finding happiness in virtue and in fulfilling one's duty, not in the opinions of others. If your happiness depends on the recognition of others, you will be constantly seeking approval, and you will feel vulnerable to negative criticism. Develop an internal connection with yourself, prioritizing your own values and goals. Accept change and the inevitable. Life is full of uncertainties. Stoicism prepares you to face changes with serenity. Learn to adapt to situations that you cannot control. Identify your areas for growth and focus on building internal strengths. Finally, remember that Stoicism is a path, not a destination. It is a continuous journey of learning and self-discovery. It is important not to be discouraged by the challenges that may arise. Perseverance and regular practice are key to consolidating these principles in your life. To delve deeper into Stoicism, let's explore foresight and acceptance of the uncertain future. Uncertainty is inevitable. Instead of fighting against it, Stoicism promotes an attitude of reasoned anticipation. By anticipating potential difficulties, we can better prepare to face them. This does not mean predicting the future, but anticipating possible obstacles and having strategies to address them. We find an example in strategic planning. Instead of reacting to unforeseen events, anticipate possible scenarios and develop contingency plans. For example, if a project depends on a specific supply, research alternative suppliers, negotiate deadlines, and communicate backup plans to the team. This foresight, far from being a sign of pessimism, is a manifestation of prudence and preparation for life. A fundamental element in Stoicism is diligence. This is the meticulous attention to tasks, focused on virtue and the common good. It is not just about fulfilling our obligations, but about doing so with diligence and precision, seeking perfection in every action. If, for example, you are in charge of a team, diligence involves delegating tasks efficiently, communicating clearly, and ensuring that all team members are aligned and have the necessary resources. The practice of virtue is not limited to moments of success. It is also essential in moments of adversity. In those moments, virtue manifests itself in the ability to maintain focus, discipline, and serenity. Stoicism helps us see difficulties as opportunities to grow and strengthen our character. The renowned Stoic Epictetus taught that external difficulties cannot harm us directly, but what really harms us is our reaction to them. If, for example, setbacks occur in a business, virtue manifests itself in the ability to maintain a clear strategy despite the setbacks. Another fundamental aspect is the practice of Stoic meditation. Meditation is not just about finding peace, but about developing self-awareness. Instead of fighting against negative emotions, we can observe them with detachment. This involves identifying patterns of thought and reaction and changing them consciously. We can use meditation to develop resilience in the face of challenges. Finally, let's remember that Stoicism is a philosophy for life. It is based on introspection and action. It is not just about understanding Stoic principles, but about applying them practically to everyday problems. By observing how people like the great Stoic philosophers have faced their challenges, we can find tools to build a fuller and more resilient life. Psychological studies demonstrate the direct correlation between the practice of Stoicism and emotional well-being. Recent research indicates that people who apply Stoic principles show higher levels of resilience and adaptability to stressful situations. This is due to Stoicism's ability to foster self-control and effective emotion management. A study from Harvard University, for example, revealed that individuals who practiced Stoic techniques for 8 weeks experienced a significant decrease in anxiety and an increase in life satisfaction. These results suggest that the application of Stoicism is not just a theoretical philosophy, but a practical and effective tool for stress management and personal development. Consider, for example, business leaders who have implemented Stoic strategies in their management. We observe that many successful companies have applied the principles of clarity, prioritization, and time management, observing significant improvements in productivity and team satisfaction. In addition to scientific studies, we can observe examples in history. Great figures like Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, have left a legacy that illustrates the practical applicability of this system of thought. His personal diary, full of Stoic reflections, shows us how he faced the pressures of power and adversity. Strategic leadership based on virtue, self-control, and commitment to what is essential highlights the practical importance of Stoicism. One area where Stoicism has a significant application is in decision-making. The Stoics emphasize the importance of reason and logic in choosing actions. A concrete example is investing in the market. Instead of relying on emotions like fear or greed, Stoic investors use rational analysis and a predefined action plan, which can reduce risks. Another example is conflict management in personal and professional settings. Instead of reacting impulsively, Stoics use reason and logic to address differences constructively. A Stoic analysis involves understanding which aspects of the conflict are under control, and consequently, how to manage one's own responses and reactions. This approach allows for a more peaceful and effective resolution of the conflict. The application of Stoicism is not limited to great leaders or historical figures. It is applicable to anyone seeking to improve their well-being and their ability to face the challenges of everyday life. Stoic techniques can be incorporated into daily planning, decision-making, and the management of interpersonal relationships. In short, the studies and examples mentioned highlight the practical relevance of Stoicism in an increasingly complex and demanding world. The transformative power of Stoicism lies in its ability to strengthen our character, improve our adaptability, and ultimately improve our quality of life. Now, how can we apply all of this practically? It's not about adopting an extreme lifestyle, but about integrating Stoic principles into our daily routine. Imagine an athlete preparing for a marathon. They not only train their body, but also work on their mind, visualizing the course, setting intermediate goals, and managing pressure. This is, in essence, the Stoic approach. A common question is whether Stoicism is truly applicable to modern life. The answer is a resounding yes. Stoicism is not a philosophy for hermits, but for those seeking greater control over their lives in the midst of a hectic world. Think of an executive who manages a diverse and complex team. Using Stoic tools, they can manage stress efficiently, prioritize tasks, and resolve conflicts with serenity. Another important aspect is persistence. Stoicism is not an instant change, but a gradual process. There may be good days and bad days, but what is crucial is consistency. A small change each day, such as taking a few minutes for reflection, can make a big difference. Imagine a person who starts meditating for 10 minutes a day. In the long term, this small practice can change their perspective and their ability to respond to stress. What if I can't stay calm all the time? It is natural to experience negative emotions. Stoicism does not seek to suppress emotions, but to understand and manage them. An example: If you feel frustrated by a delay, acknowledge that emotion, but don't let it consume you. Focus your energy on what you can control, such as looking for solutions or communicating effectively with your team. Finally, how do we know if we are applying Stoic principles correctly? Pay attention to your reactions. Do you feel calmer in the face of difficulties? Are your decisions based on reason and virtue? Are you managing your emotions better? If you notice these positive changes, you are on the right track. Also consider asking for feedback from trusted people. A friend or mentor can give you an objective perspective on your progress. Stoicism is not a panacea, but it is a powerful tool for personal management and decision-making. With practice and perseverance, you will be able to integrate these principles into your daily life, building greater resilience, serenity, and ultimately, a fuller and more meaningful existence. It is not a quick fix. It is a path towards a wiser and more balanced life. In summary, Stoicism is a practical philosophy that provides you with the tools to effectively manage the difficulties of modern life. It is not about avoiding problems, but about developing the ability to face them with serenity and virtue. We have explored how to differentiate between what is under your control and what is not. The importance of virtue, time management, acceptance of change, and constant practice as fundamental pillars of this system of thought. We have seen how the application of these principles can lead to greater personal well-being, greater adaptability, and more effective decision-making. Think of the stressful situation of a student preparing for exams. By applying Stoic techniques, they can better manage their time, reduce stress, and increase their concentration. This generates a virtuous cycle of well-being and productivity. The key to Stoicism lies in constant practice. It is not enough to understand the ideas, it is essential to apply them in your daily life. A crucial step is to start with small actions. Dedicate a few minutes each day to reflection, meditation, or self-examination. Identify the areas where you can apply Stoic principles and start little by little. Do you feel overwhelmed by pending tasks? Prioritize them. Do you feel that criticism affects you? Analyze it objectively. Another key point is to surround yourself with people who support and encourage you on this path. A mentor or a support group can be of great help in times of difficulty. Start by identifying your weaknesses and your areas of opportunity. Instead of trying to change everything at once, set achievable goals and progress step by step. Remember, Stoicism is not a destination, but a journey. Progress will not be linear. There will be better and worse days. What is important is consistency and perseverance. Continue learning, reflecting, and applying these principles. Observe how your reactions change, how your decisions become clearer, and how your personal well-being increases. Share your experience and your learning with others. Join the conversation and join the Stoic community to continue delving into this path of personal growth. To put this learning into practice, we recommend the following. Identify an area of your life where you feel overwhelmed: work, relationships, health, etc. Choose a specific Stoic principle to apply in that area. For example, time management, acceptance of change, or emotional self-control. Create a concrete action plan to apply it in your day-to-day life. For example, setting a work schedule, practicing conscious breathing, or visualizing challenging situations. Document your progress. Write down your experiences, your challenges, and your progress. Seek support from others. Share your experience with friends or family, or find a mentor. Ultimately, Stoicism is a beacon in the storm of modern life. It doesn't promise magical solutions, but rather a path towards greater serenity, greater self-control, and a more meaningful life. We've explored the fundamental principles of this philosophy, from time management to accepting change, and how these concepts can be applied to everyday situations, strengthening resilience in the face of difficulties. Let's remember that Stoicism isn't about the absence of problems, but the ability to face them with a clear mind and a centered heart. It's an art of living, a discipline that is cultivated with consistency and perseverance, recognizing that progress is not linear. Like a gardener who cares for their plants, we must nurture our virtues and strengthen our resilience day by day. Now, how can we put this knowledge into practice? Start by identifying an area of your life where you feel insecure or anxious. It could be your work, your relationships, your health, or any aspect that causes you concern. Next, select a specific Stoic principle that can help you face that challenge. Feeling overwhelmed by tasks? Apply time management. Bothered by criticism? Practice the virtue of patience. Letting uncertainty get the better of you? Learn to accept what is beyond your control. Imagine Stoicism as a muscle that you must exercise daily. Every small effort, every reflection, every decision guided by virtue strengthens that muscle. Over time, serenity becomes a natural state, an automatic response to challenge. Thus, Stoicism not only helps you face problems, but to thrive in the midst of them. On this journey of self-discovery, remember the importance of consistency. Stoicism is not a destination, but a path. There are good days and bad days, but the key is perseverance and the continuous pursuit of virtue. Don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Stoicism is an ongoing process of learning and growth. To maintain this momentum, we encourage you to continue exploring the fascinating world of Stoic philosophy. There is a wide range of resources available, from books and articles to courses and online communities. Keep searching and sharing your knowledge. Engage with Stoic philosophy, nurturing your mind with inspiring ideas and practical strategies for a fuller and more meaningful life. Stoicism is a powerful tool for life, and its continued exploration will help you travel a path towards personal growth and inner serenity.